What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Today I wanted to make a video on how I've made the most money I've ever made in my life the last 3 months. And I've actually made more money this month than I have in my entire life combined. And it's actually been a very crazy ride. It hasn't always been like this, but I did actually make it possible through remote sales. Now, it wasn't always like this. Just a year and a half ago, I was working at a gas station and at a restaurant and basically just slaving away for under $1,000 a week. Now, looking back on it, it's very humbling to look back because I was literally at the cashier register just slaving away, listening to the racetrack music for like 9 hours straight. It was very depressing times. And after my shift at racetrack, I would go to the gym and then go straight to Red Lobster, where I would be a server for the next 4 to 5 hours and basically making $100 or $200. And it just was not a very fun job. I would make close to $1,000 a week, and I was still living with my parents, so I didn't have any bills, so I was just saving and spending money on video games and stupid stuff that didn't really account for anything in the long run. And I just felt a really deep urge in me that this wasn't the life that I was destined for, and I was meant for much more. And that's when I started browsing on YouTube and started looking at the lives of people that were way ahead of me and living the life of my dreams, which was traveling the world and making money wherever they wanted. And it kind of sparked something inside of me that let me know that that could be possible for me as well. And I knew that because they were just flesh and blood, just like I was, but I knew what I was missing that they had was what they knew in their mind. So I knew from that moment on that I had to change what I know in order to change my income to be able to travel the world and do exactly what they were doing. So I actually made the change. I put all the money that I saved from working at racetrack and Red Lobster into investing into myself and joining this network of very high level salespeople and learning from them on how to get the skill of remote sales. And after I kind of learned a little bit about my remote sales, I saw that Bangkok, Thailand was the perfect place to go. There's countless of them out in Bangkok, Thailand. So I just booked a one-way trip to Bangkok. And after that booking of that ticket, I literally only had 1,500 USD to my name, landed in Bangkok. And from there, what I knew I needed to do was connect with the right people to actually land my first role in remote sales. And that's exactly what I did. I met one of my great friends, Tanner, and he was able to put me on to a really solid role in remote sales. And I started setting for this influencer who does like day trading and everything. And literally on my first call, I was already like down bad. I didn't have any money anymore. I blew all of my savings. And I was basically just scraping bot together, trying to buy rice at a 7-Eleven. But literally on my first setter call on that offer, I literally closed my first deal without pretty much even trying. I just knew I needed money, and I knew if I closed a 3,500 deal in USD, I would get 10% of that. So that's exactly what I did. And from that call, I was able to pay rent and even have some money for food. And the influence was really nice as well. He just paid me up front. Usually it's bi-weekly when they pay you, but they knew my story and where I came from and my current situation and struggling in Thailand. So yeah, they just sent me over $350 and I was able to pay rent, buy food, and I was just hitting it on the setting role and crushing it as well. And I met a few friends on the offer as well who was able to kind of hold my hand and guide me through the whole process of bettering up my sales skills. And I was starting to see how easy sales was in the grand scheme of things. It's basically just persuading people to buy something on a Zoom call. And it's not anything sketchy or shady or anything like that. These people want to better themselves, but they are just holding themselves back from bettering their lives to actually achieve the dream life that they want. And that's where the job of the setter and closer comes in, to kind of hold their hand and help them get to their goals and help them stop holding themselves back from living the life of their dreams. So after being a setter for around 2 to 3 months, I went to the Philippines, Cebu City, for visa reasons, because you can only stay in Thailand a certain amount of time before you have to upgrade your visa. And I still didn't have enough saved up to actually invest into that, so I knew I had to kind of leave Thailand just for a month or two, and that's why I went to Cebu City in the first place. But in Cebu City, that's where my life really changed for the better. I was able to transition from my setting job into moving into a closing position. And that's when I went from being a setter, making around 2 to 5,000 a month to actually scaling up to 10,000 to 12,000 a month. And that's when my life really began to change, because in Southeast Asia, everything is very cheap, so you're able to save a lot more. So after saving close to $10,000, I knew it was time to go back to Bangkok, Thailand. And when I got back to Bangkok, I set up my 15-month visa, my 12-month apartment, my year-long gym membership, and basically had my whole life set up in Bangkok so I can just stack, save, invest, and just set up for the long run and be able to chill out here with my girlfriend and all my friends in Bangkok. So I have a really nice setup right now, and basically was able to focus entirely on sales once I got to Bangkok, because I had no distractions with the visa, moving anywhere or traveling anywhere. I could just focus directly in my room on sales and to better my sales skills, mindset, and body, and everything else that comes along with that, like your diet and everything else. So after I was able to dial in, I was able to scale my income up from 10 to 12,000 up to 18 to 20. And that's where I currently am at now, and have made that the last 3 months consistently. And now I'm just living the life of my dreams that just a year and a half ago I was just dreaming about and knew that it was possible. And now that I've actually made that happen for myself, it's just very humbling and very grateful to actually be in the position I am today. And now what I'm actually doing now is just helping others do the exact same thing. So I'm just helping kind of hold my hand out to see who's actually looking to do the exact same thing that I've done, and to actually chase the dream life that they want, and to create the dream reality that they want to achieve, instead of just settling for the 9 to 5 or working for someone else, or working a very miserable job like myself at a gas station. If that's something you don't want to do for a lifetime, I think remote sales is especially good for you. It's a very easy skill to learn, especially if you have someone who's actually been there, done that, and been through all the struggles, so you can actually speed up the process of doing this yourself. So if you are interested in learning remote sales to kind of just travel the world and make money anywhere you want, I did put a link in the bio if you are interested. But if not, if you're good with working a 9 to 5 and just selling for the life at the moment, it's no problem at all. This is just for people who want a change and know that they're destined for a lot more. So if that's you, the link is in the bio. But with that